It is good to be here with all you beautiful people. My name is Grant. I'm originally from Scotland, and there's not many of us Scottish people, right? There's not. Whenever we're abroad and there's a Scottish person there, we get very excited to see other Scottish people. I was doing a show the other day, and there was a young Scottish guy in the audience. He was 19 years old. Say 19 years old. He was Scottish. He looked 54. That's just how Scottish people work. But he came up to me after the show, and it turned out he was backpacking all around Europe. And I said, "How's that going?" He was like, "It's great." I was like, "Good to hear that, man." I said, "Where were you last night?" He said, "I was in Krakow in Poland." And I was like, "How did you like that?" And this is not a joke. I swear to God, this is just word for word what this 19-year-old Scottish guy said to me. I said, "How did you enjoy Krakow?" And he said, "So I got to Krakow at like 8 o'clock last night, right? Went to my hostel. It's supposed to be a party hostel, but there's no fucking party happening at the hostel, right? So I go to the nearest bar, get myself 4 beers, start the night, start drinking my 4 beers just myself, right? Then this big group of Irish lads came in. I was like, "Hey lads, how's it going?" They started talking to me. I started talking to them. They all bought me 1 beer each, so now I'm on 10 beers, right? Then they left. And this big group of Scottish guys came in. I was like, "Way Scotland!" They're like, "Way Scotland!" Started talking to them. They all bought me 1 beer each, so now I'm on 15 beers. But then 2 of them, they had to leave early, so I took their 2 half pints, mixed them together. It was 16 beers. I only paid for 4. I fucking love Krakow. I heard that and I was like, "Oh my God, I miss home." You know? You just don't get that kind of aggressive friendliness anywhere else. It's fun, man. It's good to be back here in Luxembourg with you beautiful people. I've been having a lot of fun doing these shows here, mostly because I just got done from doing some comedy shows in Germany. Don't do that. This is not a lie. The tour I was doing, I swear to God, was called Make Germany Laugh. Because you have to tell the Germans what you expect up front. And then they don't do it. What that tour should have been called is Make Germans Smile and Nod, okay? Not fun. Germans get a bad reputation, right? Everyone say that Germans don't have a sense of humor, and that is not fair. It is true, but it is not fair. Most of the places were fun. I did like Berlin and Frankfurt and Cologne and Stuttgart. I had a great time. And then I went to this one city in Germany called Dresden, right? Yeah. See that mortified gasp? That should be the city's travel slogan, okay? I loved all the German dates I did, but then I went to Dresden and I had a terrible time. Terrible time. It was me and a bunch of other great comedians. I was doing 20 minutes of my best stuff, not the shit I'm giving you people. Like the gold standard stuff, you know? To nothing. Silence. And not just silence, German silence. There's a weight behind that silence. It's oppressive. Eventually I started panicking. I said to one guy in the audience, I was like, "Hey buddy, you're German, right?" And he said, 9. So I was like, "Are you from Austria? What's the deal?" He was like, "No, Mr. Comedian Man. I am not from Germany. I am from East Germany." I was like, "All right, mate, I'm sorry. I thought I came here on a train, not a fucking time machine." What's your fucking problem? You know? I was very mad at the people of Dresden. Still am. It's been a week and I'm still furious. Furious. You're from Dresden? Is that why you're interrupting the show? Thank you. Let's go to the comedy show. In the middle, I will just shout out facts. That really adds to the comedy atmosphere. Oh, I hate Dresden. I hate it. I hate it. Here's the thing. I'm going to say something a little bit controversial, but I need you all to remember this is a comedy show, so come with me on this journey. Here's how I feel about Dresden, guys. Here's how I feel about Dresden. I feel that the Allies didn't bomb that city enough in the Second World War. Oh, don't you dare pull back on me. They fucking love this joke in Poland, okay? Every time I'm there, they're like, "Yeah! Finally somebody said it!" For those of you who don't know, for those of you who might not know, in the Second World War, the Allies, they firebombed Dresden. They wiped out 99% of that city. They wiped 99% of that city off the face of the earth. Technically, it was a war crime, but we won, so who cares? If anyone's confused about that, talk to an American. Wiped 99% of that city off the face of the earth, and then about a week ago, I went back to Dresden, bombed so hard, I took out the remaining 1%. There's no more Dresden. You're all welcome. Told that joke in Berlin, got a standing ovation. The Germans were all clapping with their hands up. I was like, you put those hands down, we've talked about this. Twice. Not the worst, though. Not the worst. Because in 2019, I was invited to do some stand-up comedy shows in Russia. I know we had a Russian in the audience earlier. Our fantastic host, Ronan, was talking to. And I just want to say to you, thank you very much. Where is our Russian friend? Right there, my darling. Thanks very much for coming in. Oh, there's 3 of you? Jesus Christ, they're multiplying. Eastern Europeans are like, we've seen this before. We've seen this before. Thank you very much for admitting that you are from Russia. They got very quiet recently. I was doing a show the other day. There's a guy in the audience. I was like, hey, buddy, what's your name? He was like, my name is Vladimir. I was like, nice to meet you, Vladimir. Where are you from? He was like, I live in Dubai. I was like, yeah, I understand that, Vladimir. But you sound like you might be Russian. Are you Russian? He was like, aren't we all just citizens of the world? Can't we all just get along? I've never been to Russia before. I've never been to Russia to do stand-up comedy. And let me tell you guys, it's very difficult to do stand-up comedy in Russia. It makes Germany look like a cakewalk, okay? Because I'm trying to like talk to the audience, do some standard comedian stuff, you know? I'm like, hey buddy, what's your name? He's like, why do you want to know? Never mind. Doesn't matter. Who sent you? No, it's okay. Never been to Russia before. I'd never gone to Russia before. So I asked my Russian friends. I had Russian comedian friends. They were all dead now. Just can't do that in Russia, guys. The 2 big no-nos, the 2 J's, jokes and journalism. They do not like it. I love doing that joke because you guys all clap because you're like, he's making a very salient point. But the Russians are laughing and that's worrying. We do kill the journalists, yeah. Said to my Russian comedian friends, I was like, guys, I've never been to Russia before. What can I joke about and what can I not joke about in Russia? They were like, Grant, you can joke about whatever you like, but do not do jokes about Vladimir Putin. Do not do it. And I was like, I'm a fucking bad boy. No one tells me what to say, right? So here's the thing you need to understand about most Russian people, though, right? Most Russian people, I'm sure you guys can back me up on this, they're living in dictatorship, guys. They don't have any say of who their president is, right? They're like people in Iran or people in China. And so, yes, the people who came to see my show were a group of self-selecting, liberal, English-speaking Russians, right? But I did all my jokes about Vladimir Putin, and they fucking loved it. They were laughing, they were high-fiving me, they kept buying me drinks. In fact, I got my first ever superfans that first night in Moscow because I did all my jokes about Vladimir Putin, and for the rest of the tour, 2 guys in suits followed me everywhere I went. They were so hospitable, you know? They were like, Grant, you're British, drink this tea. I was like, no thank you, I'm an alcoholic. Then I told my Russian friends this. I was like, guys, they were so lovely. They were like, Grant, you idiot. That was probably the FSB, the follow-on from the KGB. Remember that guy, Alexander Litvinenko, in London? He spoke out against Vladimir Putin and they poisoned him and murdered him, Grant. They were probably trying to do that to you, Grant. They were probably trying to fucking murder you, Grant. And I was like, yeah. But if I did ever get radiation poisoning, how would anyone know? They'd be like, oh my God, Grant, you're glowing. I'd be like, thank you, yes. I've been going to the gym. They'd be like, oh my God, Grant, your teeth are falling out. I'd be like, I'm British, we don't do dentists. What the fuck do you want from me? I live in the Czech Republic now. I left the UK, I lived in the Czech Republic, been living there for the last couple of years. Here's an incoming fact, guys, incoming fact. Did you know in Prague, where I live, There's more porn stars per head of population than any other city in Europe. That is a fact, guys. Did you just turn to your girlfriend and say, that's true? You fucking idiots! What a stupid prick. No, I don't want to hear from you. Thank you. Got another German like, I have done the statistics, actually. I didn't know that. I didn't know that when I moved there. I didn't know there was that many porn stars, right? But I do watch a lot of porn. I watch a lot of porn for research. Thank you, madam. Yes. Research purposes. I like you a lot.
I'm your friend.
You're my friend. I think you're my MILF. That's what you are. Talking about porn. I've seen this movie. I've got a big tool and I'm here to fit. No.
I'm old enough to be your mother.
Yeah, that's what I'm into. Joke's on you. I watch a lot of porn for research purposes, just so I can write jokes about it, you know? Like, I don't know if you guys know, but there's an epidemic of stepsisters getting stuck in washing machines. And somebody needs to help these poor girls because their stepbrothers are making the situation worse. It's just one pervert laughing at the back. That's fun. So I moved there. Don't know about all the porn stars. Didn't know about it. Got in the tram with my ex-girlfriend. We're on the tram. And on the tram walks this Czech porn star. Her name is Christy Black. She's the anal queen of the Czech Republic. Right? God bless her. And she walks onto the tram, and I fucking freaked out. I freaked out, right? Because I'd never met a famous person before. I didn't know what to do. So I was like, oh my God, babe, look! My girlfriend was like, what? I had to be like, look! A dog! I panicked. I was saved by the fact she had one of those little porn star dogs. You know those little dogs? Little tiny dogs, they get carried around in handbags. They shake a lot, they got big eyes because they've seen some shit. You know those dogs? Only dogs I've ever met in my entire life that are afraid of sausages. Here you go, buddy. I was an alcoholic before. I've given up drinking now. Gave up drinking. I didn't give up drinking. Didn't have one of those moments that alcoholics have where they wake up in the gutter and realize they need to change their life. I'm Scottish. I like waking up in the gutter. That's the only way I can get a tan. Give me them moonbeams, you know? Now what happened is I recently found out I suffer from depression and anxiety. Anyone else in here suffer from depression and anxiety? Yeah, I don't know what kind of a cheering I was expecting, to be honest. It's the most Slavic thing I've ever seen in my entire life, because my doctor is Czech, right? My psychiatrist is Czech, so I go to him and I say, hey, I'm feeling sad. He says, don't worry, Grant, we've got antidepressants for you now. Here you go. I said, thank you very much, Mr. Czech psychiatrist, man. I was like, tell me, are there any side effects I need to know about? He said, yeah, Grant, listen to me. You cannot drink alcohol. You must not drink alcohol while you're on these antidepressants. I was like, okay, just to understand, no alcohol at all? And he went, maybe one or two with dinner. It's the most Czech thing I've ever seen in my entire life. This guy is a doctor, and the only thing he didn't do was go, have one for me. They've helped me a lot, these antidepressants. They've helped me a lot, but there are side effects. Side effect number one, I've already told you guys. I can't drink alcohol anymore, which is particularly serious for me because it means I can never go home to Scotland. They'll burn me like a witch, guys. Then I complain that I'm not burning fast enough because I'm not full of whiskey. Second side effect, my metabolism is slowed up all the way down, so even so much as look at food, I put on weight. Thank you. I thought for sure one or two of you would be like, no, Grant, no. You're all just looking at me going, yeah, Grant, black is not that slimming, okay? It can't work miracles. Here's the worst one, though. Side effect number 3, the worst one by far. Because apparently, this affects women on antidepressants 95% of the time, and only affects men on antidepressants 5% of the time. So I guess I am just real fucking lucky. The side effect is called Anorgasmia. And what that means is it's now almost impossible for me to orgasm. So I can't drink, I can't eat, and I can't come. Basically, guys, what I'm trying to say is I'm no longer depressed, but I also have no reason to live. It's real difficult, man. I love doing that joke. It's my favorite joke, right? Because I finish it and everybody laughs. It's always really nice when they all laugh. But it's always the guys who laugh first, you know? And then I just get to see every woman in this room looking at me going, oh, is that fucking tough, Grant? Is it hard not coming every single time, Grant? Then we just got a man here who's just like, women can come? We're laughing and learning. Laughing and learning. You guys have been amazing. If you like my stuff, you can find me on social media. You can find me on Instagram at @TheGrantyChrist. You guys get it? It's clever, right? It's funny. It's clever. Okay, you're all saying yes, but you didn't spontaneously burst into applause, you know? No. I don't want your pity applause. I want you to... My name is Grant, and I've combined it with the biblical concept. You know, sometimes he's called the devil, but he's sometimes also the anti... I put them together. The Granty, I've combined it. I put them together. Okay, fuck you guys! That's the only joke they laughed at in Germany, okay? Yeah, clever wordplay. My name's been Grant Gallacher. You guys have been fantastic. Have a very good night. We'll see you next time.